Una, dos, tres. Good afternoon, teacher. There is the activity number 2, so we are going to present a role play about the 5 questions. My name is Maria Gabriela Cárdenas and my partner Karol Muñoz. So my role play is the interviewer and Karol.
I am the interviewee.
Okay, so hi, Karol. Thank you for joining this interview about the standardized testing, and I'm excited to learn more about this topic. And are you ready for this?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for the invitation.
No problem, my Carol. It's a pleasure. So the question number 1 is what are standardized tests and what is the primary purpose in educational assessment for you?
Okay, it's an interesting question. In this case, the standardized tests are evaluations designed to measure students' performance in a fair and equal way. So they help compare knowledge and skills across different students and contexts, and inclusive provide useful information to assess educational systems. Mhm.
That's really interesting. About the question 2 is what are the most common advantages and disadvantages of a standardized test compared to other assessment methods?
Okay, yeah. So the standardized tests help measures and compare students' performance objectively and find areas to improve in education. But however, they don't evaluate skills like, for example, creativity and can encourage teaching focus only on passing the test.
Mhm. The question number 3 is that what strategies would you recommend for designing a standardized test that is fair and reliable for students from different contexts? What is your opinion about this?
Okay, so yeah, it's important to ensure fairness and reliability, and it's critical to, for example, design clear and easy to understand questions. So without cultural influence, and also ensure that the context is suitable for all students and complies with educational standards. And two, is important to validate exams by testing with different groups of students and offer equal conditions for all during the administration of the exams. And all point important is include specific support for students with special educational needs.
Mhm. About this, how do standardized tests affect students' learning and classroom instructions?
Okay, in this aspect, the standardized tests structure the teaching of basic content, but they can cause stress, also limit dynamic pedagogical methods, and inclusive reduce motivation by focusing only on results.
Carol, and what is your opinion about using standardized test scores to make important decisions such as college admissions or school funding?
Yeah, I consider that the standardized scores, while objective, don't reflect skills such as creativity or maybe wildness. So, to learn and can be affected by educational inequalities. So, for this reason, I think that they are best used in conjunction with other assessments for maybe a more complete picture.
So it was an interesting interview. Thank you for your time and your opinion, Carol, and I enjoyed it.
Thanks to you.
Let me see.
Okay, teacher, now we are going to do a role change. In this case, me, Karol Muñoz, will be the interviewer and Gabby will be.
The interviewee. So let's start, teacher.
This is the second part. Okay. Hi, thank you for joining to this interview about the standardized testing. I'm excited to learn more about this topic. So the first question is, what are the difference between standardized tests and test design in the classroom by teachers?
Okay. Hi, Carol. It's a good pleasure to be here. So, for me, the difference between a standardized test assists many students informally, while classroom tests are more specific and tailored for the group. The classroom tests measure skills and continuous learning, but the standardized tests offer more objectivity and comparability test.
Okay, thank you. The second question is, how can teachers prepare students for a standardized test without limiting their learning to memorization?
For me, it is important to encourage critical thinking and problem solving. The teachers can use simulations, teach time management, and analyze common questions and promote hands-on learning connected to real life.
Yeah, thank you. And the third question is, what external factors can influence the student's performance on a standardized test?
Maybe factors such as stress, educational resources, socioeconomic conditions, family support, and language of the text affect results. Police must address these to achieve fair assessments.
Okay, thank you. And the fourth question is, what do you see as the biggest challenge in implementing standardized tests in different cultures and educational systems?
The main challenge is cultural diversity, as the content may not be really relevant to everyone. The test must be inclusive and adapted to local contexts while maintaining a standardization.
Okay, thank you. And the last question is, in your experience, how effective are standardized tests is measuring specific language skills such as speaking or writing?
The standardized tests tend to poorly measure productive skills such as speaking and writing by focusing on multiple choices tasks. Combining these tests with practical activities such as interviews or essays is more effective for students. And
Okay, that's all then. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge.
okay, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much too.
Thank you too.